It's the middle of the day, and I'm about to go stretch because I need to. My neck is all tight. I don't stretch every single day. I'd be like this. I've been studying all day. You ever heard of monk mode? Do you watch 19 Keys? He has a lot of knowledge. We can talk about that in a second. I gotta stretch. Want to listen to Trinius while we get this stretching. Check out my man's Trinius. Hold on, let me show you who he really is so you can Trinius Henderson. Yes, so coming through with the knowledge. I study a lot of people. Also, Elite Empress 888. Because there's a lot more to spirituality than just manifest with your mind, positive thinking. Like the day-to-day embodying our spiritual beliefs takes a lot of work, and it's very challenging to do on your own. So it's nice to have a community of people who are all on the same page, going in the same direction, but you need more information, and you get information from other people. So I keep a circle of people who have more information than I do, and I always keep learning. And I learn from different sources because everybody has a different perspective. I like to learn from different types of people because they all express messages of God in a different way. So it's very helpful to have people that are different than me and different than each other give me their input. Because even when I don't agree with people, there's still so much to learn from them. That was nice. That was about 6 minutes. I could use some more neck rolls. I'll do that after I finish talking to you about this. The first thing I wanted to say is do not let your thoughts spiral into anxiety or overthinking. The waning gibbous moon helps you find your footing. Work on your desire for stability and your longing for freedom. Allow yourself to feel your emotions, but talk to spirit about it. Don't just endlessly ruminate. That comes from my studying this morning. We are in the waning gibbous. If you saw my other video, I talked to you about I'm starting to pay attention to all of the moon phases and work with those energies so that I can get my projects done and manage my stress a little bit more. So I've been doing everything possible to manage my stress and my mental health. And I realized that when I don't keep up with my spiritual practices, I end up very, very stressed and easily triggered. So what that means for me is that when I get up before my feet hit the ground, I need to be giving thanks, acknowledging God and my ancestors, calling my energy back to me, giving thanks again, reminding myself of who I am, who my God is, and what I'm supposed to be doing for that day. I pray over my entire family, and I ground myself. After that, I do my morning routines, and then I focus on what it is that I'm supposed to be doing instead of allowing myself to get too caught up in distractions, i.e. watching too much YouTube or not reading or not working on my projects. Another big thing is working out, making sure that I'm moving my body around. That helps me a lot mentally and physically. Okay, from my morning studies, I was learning about monk mode, which is basically a detox from sex, smoking, media, family and friends, any external distractions, and going deep inside of yourself so that you can reclaim some control over these intrusive thoughts and bad habits and being distracted and all of that. Doing this will put us back into a center point of being able to focus on what it is that we need to do to get to where we want to go, because I'm a little off track. Monk mode is something that's good for when you're not doing what you're supposed to do and you need to refocus and remember what it is that you're here for. So instead of spending time hanging out or indulging in things that would release false dopamine, as they call it apparently, you want to do things like read and work out and create and spend time with spirit. Meditate, which I've been running from for like 3 years. But I'm not going to do that anymore. Also, in this mode, when you're isolating yourself and focusing on productive things that will make your body release good dopamine, real dopamine, natural dopamine, and you become more focused, we begin to learn how to integrate our shadow, face those parts of ourselves that are problematic, and take charge of it. Integrate it with the rest of ourselves. We're not all light. We do have darkness in us, and that's not a bad thing. You can use it to your benefit, but you have to not act like it's not there. If you know that there are parts of yourselves that maybe you don't particularly care for, maybe they're a little toxic, maybe they're a little aggressive, meet yourself at that point and integrate your shadow with your light, and then you can move as a more balanced person. I just want to get out of always being so easily triggered by everything. I want to be able to stay calm and level no matter what is happening. I don't like that rush of chemicals through my body. I don't like my nervous system being set on fire. It hurts. I feel like I'm being struck by lightning when I feel anxious about something. And I don't want to be disrespectful to God, because I at the end of the day, I know everything always works out. Things happen. It's not a personal attack. And you have to learn how to be adaptable and adjust to change without losing your mind, which, if you have a mental health condition, depending on what it is, that may be even extra challenging for you. But that's all the more reason why to rely on a relationship with your higher power. Because if nothing else, God has seen me through everything. And I can feel the support of, I guess, my ancestors or whatever. Nature, everything. I do feel supported. I don't feel...
Genius idea.
So that's what I'm working on, recentering myself around God, basically, because I feel like that's why things are crumbling, because I'm being redirected to stop looking at what's not working and to focus on what is important, which is ultimately my relationship with God. But like I was saying, I do feel supported. I do feel supported by everything around me, honestly. So as long as I keep up with my spiritual practices, this is going to work. I'm going to be able to resettle myself and keep going, because I'm telling you right now, it's a little tough out here right now, and it's easy to get caught up in fear and distraction and all that other stuff. But I'm fully aware of it, and now I'm learning new ways to get to the next level, because there is a next level, and this is temporary, and I want to keep my sanity. It's not fun having anxiety, but we can help ourselves by learning new ways to cope with old demons, honey. I guess this is why I'm diagnosed bipolar, because yesterday I was legit fighting depression, feeling like my art was not good enough and that I was not growing fast enough. And today I'm right back to feeling like I did before, like I'm unstoppable and what I'm doing is great and that I'm doing a good job. And that it's only a matter of time before things start to pick up. It's like, girl, yeah, it's given bipolar. And I would love to tell myself that I'm not bipolar, but I don't think that's true at all. You can be both. You can have spiritual inclinations and spiritual gifts and still have a mental health disorder, because mine is chemical. You know what I'm saying? Like, I have a chemical imbalance in my body. But I'm using spirituality to manage it, because I don't want to use pills. I am a recovering addict. I do not want to take pills. I don't want my mind messed with. I don't like that. Anytime I've ever used medication, I was devoid of inspiration or drive. I would have weird dreams, gain weight, lose weight, can't eat too much. Like, it was too much. So I do every other thing I can to manage my mental health. Exercising, journaling, going outside, being creative, talking to my kids, praying. Oh, I'm just missing meditation. I do so in the water at least once a day in the shower, usually in the middle of the day. But I'm going to start probably meditating in the evening. I don't know why I struggle with the idea of doing it outside of the water. It's just so much easier for me to meditate in the shower. But we're going to see. I've been low-key doing that before I go to sleep. When I'm doing what I'm supposed to do, well, I don't want to call that meditating. That's more like prayer, because I feel like meditating is very intentional. So, earlier in my studies, when I was watching 19 Keys, he was talking about the media detox and how social media hijacks our brain. And when he said that, it resonated so much, because at night, and I've talked about this before in my other videos, about how, like, at this point, my eyes are like this, and I'm like, what are you searching for, girl? Like, what are you looking for? And just like an addiction to the false dopamine that you get from the social media, and how it's literally hijacking your brain. And that resonated with me to the extent where it did low-key scare me, because I've been having these issues with my eyes being strained, and with acknowledging that I had a social media addiction. I'm sorry, if you're on social media for 8 to 10 hours a day, you have an addiction. That's just how I felt. That's how I feel for me. Like, even if you work online like that, it's giving addiction. You know what I mean? So, at least for me, I can't speak for anybody else. I'm glad that I saw that, because it's a very serious thing. Because that time can be filled up with so many other more productive activities that will help me be more grounded and help get me closer to my goals. Because imagine if I was writing 8 hours a day instead of scrolling through YouTube 8 hours a day. Even if you are learning while you're on YouTube, that's still way too much time to be on YouTube. Let's keep the stack. Like, it's too long. So I feel like I'm holding myself back, and at this point, it's a form of self-sabotage. And what are you running from? Why are you running from the work that you are required to complete to get to the next level? It's like, what right do I have to want more when I'm not giving more? Because no, I'm not satisfied with where I'm at, and I'm going to continue to build. But in order to do that, I feel like I need to show up more and kind of prove that I'm worthy of it. That's just how I feel. Because I feel like I could show up a lot more. I definitely, and I even, when I was talking to God yesterday, and I was like, yo, I'm not, this is not it for me. Do you see me? I know you see me. You know what I'm saying? I was like, if I need to do more, I'll do more. Like I said that. I made sure not to commit to too much, because I don't want to be that version of myself that makes a whole bunch of big promises to God that I low-key do not know if I can keep or not. Like, that's like the teenage version of me. We're not doing that anymore. I take my vows very, very seriously. So I said something I knew I could keep up with. I said, I will do more. And left it at that. I did my thing on the beans this week. Use green peppers. It's giving chili. Judah's been mixing his with vegan mayo and mustard. He says it tastes just like hot dogs. It gives chili. Last week I did not use enough seasoning at all. So that's a win. And then I made them some jasmine rice, so I won't have to cook for the rest of the week. But I said that I would make them some lentil burgers. I've never made those before, but part of me trying to improve myself on this development journey is trying new things. Ma'am, what's up, Icy Cat? How you doing, pretty girl? No camera time today. I respect that. She acts funny sometimes. I'm gonna try to get Fire to play chess with me. It's a really cool chessboard. I keep it here so I remember to have a chess master's mentality, because it ain't checkers out here, baby. Do I see me going into full monk mode right now? No, I don't. Because, first of all, I can't do a full media detox because I work online. But I can definitely be more accountable for the hours of my day and how I'm spending them. And integrate the reading and the working out a lot more into every single day. And also welcoming it, not making it a chore. Just really taking my time and going moment to moment. And this is how I'm managing my anxiety right now. And that's the reason that I'm even studying monk mode or looking into doing the detox from basically everything except things that will propel me forward towards my goals, is because I've been indulging in too much anxiety. So I had to look at what is causing this. And I realized social media was causing me anxiety with me looking at what everybody else is doing and looking at myself feeling like I was inferior. uh, the how my diet also affects my mood. Can't have a bunch of heavy starches and stuff. Like, I need something with electricity in it. I need fresh vegetables and fresh fruit and fresh leafy greens to make me happy. Honestly, if I eat a mandarin orange or some cashews, my mind like explodes with happiness. So when I work out, when I move my body around at all, I feel so strong and powerful. When I go outside and I'm in the sun and I walk around, even if it's just like around the block or to run an errand, I honestly feel like a different person. So these are all things that I try to avoid for whatever reason. Whatever self sabotaging reason I do these things, it's got to stop. So this is what I'm working on to improve myself. It's a daily journey, and I'm documenting it and sharing it with you. And I hope that it helps. Thank you for spending time with me in Fury World. If you'd like to check out my music, you can check it out under my artist name, The Fury of Abyss, ABYSS. My music is available on all music streaming platforms worldwide. Peace.